Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Senator Austin is on her way. We've got Human Services going the same time, so she's been plugged into that. But she tells me she's coming. Here she comes.
Sorry.
Craig Miner looking so official there.
I know.
It's cardboard. It's only cardboard. Don't get excited. I told
Okay.
you. I told you so, Greg.
I'll calm myself down.
I took one of Mitch Belinsky's cardboard cutouts and put a white shirt on it.
Does he have cardboard cutouts?
I saw one once.
I don't understand that. I've never understood that. One of my opponents one time did cardboard cutouts and put them all over town.
I only said that for Sue Keen's benefit. I'm not sure if he has a cardboard cutout.
Sound coming up.
All right, guys.
Tom Dilnicki has them now, Craig.
All right.
He learned that from Bill Amen, by the way.
Oh my God. I have to mute myself. Goodbye.
Oh boy. Okay, it's me, Bobby Gibson. Okay, who wants to, Mike, what do we got? What's going on? Who is talking on this one?
So the auditors are first, and then
Okay.
OLM.
Okay. Well, we've got John and Craig on. I was gonna ask Craig to give me his opinion on cutting the 500,000 out of the fish hatcheries, but I think that's the wrong committee, but
Happy to talk to you about that personally at some point, but not officially at this point.
okay.
You want to go first, Craig, or should I, or?
Over a cheeseburger or something. Why don't you go first? You
Well-
you have such magic.
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, the bottom line is we need our original request that we submitted to OPM in order to do, maintain our staffing levels. Right now, we're fully staffed. This is the first time we're asking for an additional position for a data analyst. And, that coupled with the legislative lapse, obviously that's a non-starter for us. I mean,
Yeah.
we are, 98 to 99% PS in our budget, so there's not a lot of discretion, and we're required to pay our own accruals and fund those payouts and things like that, so we have to account for that. But we'd be happy to answer any specific questions, and we tried to we submitted some testimony and provided an update on our updated software and auditing software procurement process, which is going quite well.
So you need the 16,350 and the 17,353.
Yes,
Okay, and that's the right amount.
right.
Asking this question before Tim Ackert asks the question, because I know he's gonna ask the question.
But with the caveat, there's several pieces of legislation hanging out there, specifically Senate Bill 1122, which requires 2 performance audits of Medicaid every year from our office. That alone would require 6 additional staff at various levels. And we kind of link to some of those bills that are out there. Those are major endeavors for our office.
Tim?
Thank you, Madam Chair. John and Craig, thank you for your time, as always. So I saw that the governor's is about a 3% increase over your 25 appropriation, but you're looking at about 1.4 million increase, right, from 26 to 25?
I think that's about what it is, yes.
Then about 900,000 additional in 27. Is that reflective primarily for staffing?
Somewhat. I think there was an additional amount for payouts for expected retirements in the first year. And there's extra money in the second year for some computer equipment.
Yeah, I saw like 250, I think in your report, 250 for retirement and an additional 28,000 for IT, additional IT over what the governor provided. I believe that's what I saw for your notes.
Yeah, it was an extra 28,000.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, if none of those things happen, if those things don't happen, we have to account for potential accruals. If they don't happen, we lapse the money.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
We have accruals this year, and we don't know between now and the end of the fiscal year who leaves and who stays. I think we kind of know there's one individual leaving next year. I don't know what their accruals are, but so we do have some knowledge there. If there are a number of people that are in the window and not to budget for, I think we believe would be problematic. There are limited places you can go for that kind of money.
Yeah.
Additionally, as John said, there are a number of bills floating around the legislature that are causing us to do some pricing, and there are probably more cost-effective ways to do some of them, but that's not what we're being asked. And so as those continue to work their way through the system, it's not just people, it's people and hardware, because we don't have enough hardware for the number of individuals that are anticipated.
Well,
But that's not part of this either, so.
right. And given that, Craig, as you know, and I appreciate the work that you've done in the past in the legislature and educating me, when it comes within a, available appropriations, and as you're saying, there is no available appropriation. So it's, typically if it doesn't come with money, then we primarily don't do it. So,
Well, in the case of doing the audits themselves, they're gonna probably fall to the priority of the legislature, right? So we have there's language in the statutes currently that require us to do certain things within certain cycles. There's language within the federal audit requirements to do certain things on an annual basis. And so if we drop a whole bunch of interests into the pool of what people want us to do, I think our position, John, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the federal requirements come first.
Yeah.
And then after the federal requirements, we would have to pick and choose. But it's not, we wouldn't be able to do things at the depth in which you would want us to do them for sure with the same number of people that we currently have. And I think what John and I are concerned about, and our senior staff, is that if we don't voice a concern about what some of these other bills are going to cost in personnel, we could end up in a situation where we end up with language within available appropriations, and someone looks at the work at the other end and says, well, wait a minute, what is this? So it just takes a certain amount of due diligence to actually make certain representations.
thank you. Appreciate it. That's all I have right now, Madam Chair.
And I'd just add, and we have taken on, and we often do take on special reviews that we don't, we do within that we consider part of our work. I mean, we just did one regarding the chancellor's purchasing card, for instance. We did on a lottery,
Thank
board
you,
of money, et cetera. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, John. Appreciate you, the work you do.
Are there any other questions for the auditors? And Representative Gibson is on now also. Seeing none. Okay, we got your request.
Thank you.
Double cheeseburger, Senator.
Medium.
Medium. Okay, take care.
I'll see you soon. Mike, now what?
Next is OLM, and I believe they are also covering for the commission too.
Okay. You're doing Commission on the World?
That's us.
All right.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to
Good
see everyone.
afternoon.
Just so you know, I have Chris Perlow with me, Sue Skean and Beth Waters, our finance team.
Very good.
So we are ready to answer any questions you might have. It's our pleasure to be here and ready to address any questions you might have.
Look at you with the owl.
Owls all over the place. The $5 million that the governor took out, generally, we don't accept what the governor does relative to the legislature. Does this salary increase in personnel services include an increase for all staff?
Yes, it does.
That's all partisan and nonpartisan staff,
Correct.
and that's built into personnel services.
That's correct.
Thank you. And the 5 million, when you have lapses, are you spending through an FAC process for other capital projects that may, minor capital projects and other things that come up?
We haven't done that probably in several years. We're still looking at our budget. So I'm not sure we're gonna do that this year, Senator.
Okay. You want to make sure that you spend the money, not just have it. So, and how are your capital projects going, Chris?
We're going well. We just finished this summer. We did the sidewalks and the paving. That was a big project. We're gonna finish up a little bit more on the garage this summer. I think floor 2.5. You're gonna start seeing modernization of elevators and escalators soon. When we're not in session, that'll begin in earnest soon. Architects and engineers still looking at that.
But as you know, the list continues.
I'm sorry, we're talking about the commission right now, right, Kathy? Or
No,
are we?
Talking
legislative?
OLM,
Oh,
we're doing OLM and the commission at the same time, so.
okay, you gotta be more clear. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is the Commission on the World doing our parking lots?
No, no, they're doing,
Jesus.
OLM is doing OLM and the Commission on the World together. We just didn't
I
have.
think the most recent thing, if depending on where you park, you can see, there's gonna be soon new backup generator to the LOB and the Capitol. That'll be coming up soon. When that incident happened, around Pulaski Circle a few months ago, it, sort of shorted out our current backup generator, so we have a temporary generator now. And a new generator is getting built for us right now. That was original generators for the LOB and the garage, and a little longer term is the backup generator in the Capitol, which is in that sort of concrete and metal bunker as you're getting on 84. So that's a little bit more involved, that aspect of it. We got to bring a crane in to do that job. But the backup generators are probably right when this summer or a little after session ends.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on the OLM side of things? So how's the new people doing down in the cafeteria before we go on?
Doing great. We've got a lot of great positive responses. They're doing the kiosk on the third floor as well, as you've seen. That's doing a tremendous amount of business. They're not manning it, so it's all self-pay, so it's great as far as their expenses go. And the food is an upgrade from what we had. The service is an upgrade from what we had. A few glitches with their self-payment in the cafeteria, but they're working on that still. Catering's going great, so we're pretty happy with them. Just still get a few growing pains still, but you know, nothing to speak of that we can't solve.
How's the Commission on the World doing?
Oh, great. Melvette Hill is the new executive director. They have a full staff. They're doing some great work, and it really looks like their budget is in line with what they need, and everybody's happy over there. They're doing a great job, I think. I didn't have any requests for anything, so.
Did they want what the governor has in, or what they had asked for?
Was there a difference in there?
Yeah, a couple thousand.
Yeah, we want.
Yeah, I would think we want what we put in.
Okay.
Or they put in.
268 and 368.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for the Commission on the World? You guys are very quiet today.
They didn't really have anything. They didn't really have any big major changes or anything in their budget. It was pretty small.
No. Right.
Tim Eckert.
Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, so you said the generators were lost due to a surge. Was that an Eversource surge?
It was, the issue is those are like the LOB generator's 37 years old, I believe.
Okay.
36, the age of the building, so it's sort of end of life already. We were in the planning process, and so it was right then it happened, so we're not really sure, but it was something we needed to do anyway.
Okay, just give 37 years is you got 17 good years, probably more than it should.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so,
Well,
sounds good.
Representative Acker, what we're seeing a lot of, obviously, as you know, you've been around it long enough, that the LOB is hitting that number here where we're starting to see a lot of breakdown of things. And we all saw the elevator issues in the last few years that thankfully we've corrected and got them up and running again. But there's a lot of those things popping up.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't notice anything wrong with the elevators.
Well, you take the stairs all the time, right? You're a healthy guy, yeah.
Or the escalators, those run like clockwork. No.
Yeah.
The escalators are working too, yeah. So
Yeah.
Otis has come in, done a phenomenal job, really great job with us, and we're happy about that.
I
But
like
there,
the-
it's a close.
Yeah, sorry,
Go ahead.
Jim. Go ahead, Jim, sorry.
No. Also, as approaching 40 years old, this building, so there's things we have to work on, and we'll be replacing the revolving door at the front entrance, the west entrance. We've done some cosmetic stuff and some real Band-Aid stuff just to get it functioning. But this summer, I think it is, and sometime this year we'll be replacing that door. Just, you know, again, 40 years old, it's not meant to last that long, so. A lot of that stuff's going on around this building. So we're getting, you know, we're pecking away at things as they come up and trying to stay ahead of the curve as far as other things go.
Sounds great. Thank you for the work you guys do. Appreciate it.
So do
You're
you guys
welcome.
have a
Thanks.
list of the things that you're gonna be working on? Cause I know we have the lapse of the 5 million. So like, is there a list of things that you're doing?
Yes, we can get that to you. We'll send that to you.
The biggest ones I
later
think
today or
were
tomorrow.
done, right? The ceiling leaking, the elevators, the escalators, you know, all the people mover things and that, the garage work. I think.
The garage is the garage is a big one. The paving was a big one. The skylights and the Capitol was a really big project. Yeah, so we've got a number, well, there's still more to come and a lot of larger projects as well. So, you know, we'll get that list to you of what's coming up and a list of completed projects as well over the last few years.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, like
Thanks.
house chamber wiring, right? That's a tricky project. You have to get underneath the floor of the house chamber. That's on the list. There's a long-term list. We'll get that for you for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Good to see everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.